6-7, right? That's like the whole like, 6-7. You know, that whole thing, that whole trend. From what I've noticed, 6-7 has finally started to die. Let me go to it. Let me go to the video. Sorry if this whole stream feels kind of rushed today. It's just I don't have a lot of time to do the stream tonight, so it might be kind of rushed. But anyway. So 6-7 seems like it's finally starting to die out, right? I never was either. But the thing that shocks me about 6-7 is jokes never have lasting. Is like online internet trends never have that long-lasting survival, right? Like even I love my Labubus, right? I own the best Labubu collection in the world. Right, I own by far the best Labubu collection in the world. These are the 2 best Labubus in the world. I love these 2 Labubus. I love them so much. But they're going to die out soon. They are. And that's sad, but they are. Trends never have staying power. And I think 6-7 was such an anomaly because it started back in what, March? Exactly, right? 6-7 started back in like what, spring of 2025? Because I remember at the end of spring of 2025, people were like, oh, 6-7, 6-7. And I thought over the course of summer, it's going to die out this summer, right? I'm not going to hear 6-7 ever again once I get back in fall. And what did I hear? The moment I walk in that building, 6-7, 6-7, 6-7, which shocked me because like Labubus, right? They started back in what? May, I would say, is when the Labubu craze began. And it's starting Pop Mart, right? Pop Mart stock crashed, I think, 2 weeks ago. And the Labubu trend starting to die out a bit. The Dubai chocolate trend, that thing died out a long time ago. I never got it. I never liked Dubai that much. But it's starting to die out. 41 starting to die out. Trends never have staying power. But somehow, some way, 6-7 has survived almost all of 2025, which utterly shocks me. It should not have lived that long. I'm actually about to watch a video about it right now.
6-7 is over. 41 and 9-3 are the new funny numbers. Ever since 6-7 became a prominent set of numerals thanks to the song Doot Doot by Skrilla, goofy edits and clips have been produced thanks to online artists placing a ridiculously heavy emphasis on the number. This has resulted in kids the world over saying it constantly, as the meme has gone beyond mainstream and into classrooms of all ages. Notably, the Mason 6-7 trend became a stereotype of the exact person who repeats 6-7 over and over again, eventually evolving into an eldritch horror that fits right into the SCP universe. And now we've been seeing 41 and 9-3 move into the fold. 41 also seems to be inspired by a song, thanks to aging rapper Blizzy Boy's.
I heard a lot of 6-7, right? And there was a lot of context with the 6-7, right? You had that song Skrilla, or you had that song Doot Doot by Skrilla, which really kicked it off back in April. And then you had the kid Mason, right, who was like, 6-7 on the TV, on the camera. And then it turns out the Charlotte Hornets, right? I love the Charlotte Hornets. Let me get something real quick. Hold on. I'll be right back. I'm a Hornets fan, right? I actually have this Funko Pop Not a Funko Pop. I have this bobblehead of Kemba Walker. He said doesn't shake much. And LaMelo Ball, right? He is a Charlotte Hornet. Go Hornets, right? And he is 6'7", right? That's his height. 6'7". And here, let me go find something else real quick. I'll be right back. Stay. All right, chat, I'm back. Sorry for the wait. Here's my Hornet, right? Charlotte Hornets. So there's that. I know, it's so peak. Anyway, sitting with my Labubu. LaMelo Ball 6'7", right? And that brought up more, 6'7", especially in our area, in the Charlotte, Mecklenburg area. But anyway.
Track 41 song, which references the fact that he was 41 when he made it. Despite him posting it all the way back in 2021, it wasn't until Blizzy Boy reposted it in 2025 that artists began picking it up and sharing it, thanks to the popularity of 6'7", as they appeared to have been looking for a new funny number. 9-3, however, was a little bit less organic. There was no context of a song released by an aging rapper, as it seems to have simply been thrown out there as a follow-up to 6'7". The earliest instances of 9-3 all seem to follow the recognizable format of when everyone is on this, but you're on that, which is frequently seen on clips comparing old versus new online trends. As such,
93 was so stupid. I mean, I've never heard anybody say 93, like, in real life. I've only ever seen it online. I just don't get it. I never got 6'7" or 41 that much, but I really don't get 93.
Both 41 and 9-3 have become certifiable trends across social media, with enough steam piggybacking off of the popularity of 6-7 that they can do extremely well for themselves. After all, it might seem weird, but we've seen certain numbers hit the internet many times before.
Oh, God. It's 420, man. Oh.
At least, I like 420. I like 69. I still say those. Like, at least there's reason to say those, right? At least they mean something.
So it's not uncommon for this format to become insanely widespread. Of course, there's 69, after which people used to always say nice, and then there was 21, which always came after what's 9 plus 10, which audiences used to repeat incessantly until it too became a mainstay in classrooms and workplaces. Or if you can go back even further, you can see number memes manifesting in the form of mobile phone communication, in which people would have to text one another utilizing a 9-digit numbered pad, pressing each button several times to get the intended letter. As a result of this technical limitation, certain words would be shortened into combinations of letters and numbers that would often baffle adults not used to the newfangled manner of communication, with some describing...
Oh yeah, I know a lot about typing like that on my flip phone. Yeah, on my flip phone, yeah, I know a lot about typing like that. Yeah.
making it akin to the slaughtering of the English language. This is exactly the same as the phenomenon happening now with 6.7, 41, and 9.3 being described as brain rot. Once you understand the context, it's easy to know why everyone is saying it to communicate. However, for some, it feels almost like a secret code with only those who know it repeating it incessantly. What meme would you guys like me to give a lesson in next? Let me know in the comments.
So, I got a text from Liam White. Gas station flip phone. So, right, 6.7's finally dying, right? Took forever. But it's out the door, which... What is TOTR? Hold on.